Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all once again to this new IBDP class. My name is Rajiv. I am Diploma Program Coordinator, and today I am going to share IB Diploma Program structure in little more details. First, let's look at the key highlights of today's presentation. We will see IB Diploma Program, its history and current stats, mission statements and learning profile, how DP differs from other similar programs, curriculum framework, the 6 subjects and 3 core options, school subject choices for the batch of 2022, general assessment structure, DP requirements, grading scale and failing conditions, acceptance by Indian universities, Indian conversion scale. We will talk about academic integrity and the attendance agreement that we follow in our school. Let's talk about the history. IB was established in 1968 at Geneva, Switzerland, and the basic motive behind this was to provide students with a balanced education, cultural mobility, and to promote international understanding. IB is basically a holistic program of courses based on the idea that all students need to be citizens of the world. According to the data analyzed in September 2019, there are more than 5,000 schools offering DP, and the reach of IB is now in 157 different countries worldwide. If you look at the history timeline, you can see that the various milestones achieved throughout the journey of IB so far. First, the DP program was started in 1968. In 1994, the Middle Years program MYP was started. In 1997, Primary Years program PYP, and in 2012, Career Related program CP was started. Now, IB offers 4 programs, and out of which we offer 3 programs in Genesis. If we compare the various statistics in 1971, only 681 DP exam candidates were there, while in 2016, this number crossed 1,61,000. Back in 1971, only 7 IB schools were there, and now more than 5,000 IB schools are there worldwide. The IB mission, as the mission statement of any organization, is to draw motivation and get across its ambitions. IB is more than an educational program. At their heart, they are motivated by a mission to create a better world through education. Similarly, the mission of Genesis School is also fully aligned to IB. We also aspire to prepare responsible global citizens to contribute to society. Since IB wants students to prepare for 21st century skills and also wants to develop them as lifelong learners, mission statement gets translated into a set of learning outcomes which are called IB learning profile. Each of the learner profiles shows the attributes of being an inquirer, knowledgeable, thinker, an excellent communicator, and so on. One of the motive of establishing IB was cultural mobility and international understanding. To achieve this, the entire IB curriculum is engulfed into something which is called international mindedness. It is an attitude of openness to the world and to different cultures. International mindedness teaches that other people, even having a different perspective, can be right. Now let's look at some keywords that describes IB and its curriculum. IB is a broad but balanced curriculum. It has a rigorous assessment structure. It promotes inquiry and gives ample opportunities to reflect. It has an important attribute of community service. It develops critical thinking and research skill among others. It is quite flexible because various choices are there within structure. That is why it is also respected as a pre-university course. Now let's talk about the DP curriculum. This curriculum follows a holistic approach as it focuses on children's physical, personal, social, emotional, and spiritual well-being, as well as the cognitive aspect of learning. As you can see, there are 6 subject groups and a student must choose one subject from each group. These groups are studies in language and literature, language acquisition, individuals and societies, sciences, mathematics, and the arts. Apart from these 6 subjects, there are 3 core elements as well. A student has to complete these three core elements. These are EE, TOK, and CAS. Now let's have a quick look at various conditions for an IB diploma. IB is a challenging 2-year curriculum. Grade 11 is called year 1 and grade 12 is year 2. Apart from core, as we have just discussed, TOK, EE and CAS, you take 3 HL and 3 SL subjects. Achievable grade in each subject are from 1 to 7. 7 is the highest possible in any subject. So you have 6 subjects and 7 points, so total 42 points. Core, TOK and EE, you can get 3 maximum points. The grade matrix is given little later. I will show you later. A is the highest and E is the lowest here. So the total possible marks or the points 42 plus 3 is 45 points. IB diploma requirements are scored out of total 45 points. A perfect score would be 45 including core and 42 without core. In May 2016 session, 201 candidate out of 74,497, that is just a 0.27% achieved 45 points. So you can understand that it is very rigorous course. An IB score must have been awarded for each of the 6 diploma subjects, including TOK and extended essay. So this is another condition to get the IB diploma. Student must not have any scores of N, meaning no score awarded, due to any malpractice or failure to submit an assessment component. CAS requirement must be met. Student must have a score of D or higher in both theory of knowledge and extended essay, which means E should not be there. And student must earn at least 24 points to get an IB diploma. The student must earn a total of at least 12 points in the HL subjects. Those if I mean, it is possible to get 4 HL subjects also, and in that case 3 highest HL grades will count towards this total. And the students who take 3 HL and 3 SL subjects must earn at least 9 points total in the SL classes. And those who take 4 HL and 2 SL, they must earn at least 5 points total in the SL classes. The student must earn a 2 or higher in all subjects. This means in no subject a score of 1 is possible. There may be no more than 2 scores of 2 overall. There may be no more than 3 scores of 3 or lower overall. Let's talk about the core elements in little more detail. The first one is the extended essay. It's an independent research, around 40 hours of work by the student. There is a word limit of 4,000 words. It is externally assessed, but it is a compulsory requirement. Another core element is theory of knowledge. Here we discuss how do we know what we know. So the focus is on thinking and asking the why and how questions. It consists of an essay and a presentation. TOK and EE together brings 0 to 3 points as seen in the matrix. Which means if you have A in TOK and B is in EE, you're getting a 3 points. But if you have A in TOK and C in EE, you will be getting 2 points. Now, the third core element, which is very important again, is CAS, which is creativity, activity, and service. It involves real purposeful activities with significant outcomes, personal challenges that are achievable in scope, and meaningful engagement with the society for an authentic need. So these are the 3 components which are, apart from the academic subjects, must be completed. Let's look at the subject structure for this year 2020-22 batch. Apart from 3 core elements, these are the 6 blocks and the possible subjects that can be taken. So, and if you are talking about the assessment structure, we have internal as well as external assessments. So in 6 subjects, you are getting 7 points in each subject. 3 core elements, TOK and EE. CAS is not marked, but together TOK and EE can give 3 points. So 42 plus 3, a maximum of 45 points are possible. A series of formatives and summative tests in each term followed by term and exam will be there in these 2 years. The IB curriculum focuses on personal, professional, and academic development, and that is why DP is globally recognized by universities, with IB students gaining competitive offers for further study. One of the reasons why so many universities recognize IB is that the curriculum is very dynamic and it has a 7-year teaching cycle to incorporate latest educational research and other learnings. This way, it prepares students for life in 21st century. If you look at the 15 destinations in May 2019 to different universities worldwide from India, so we can see that the universities under Association of Indian Universities AIU, Universities of College Admission Service UCAS, University of Mumbai, University of Toronto, University of British Columbia, University of Delhi, King's College London, Asoka's University. So all these main universities are there where in 2019 Indian students have taken the admission. Apart from this, the universities in India also accept the IP diploma since 1983 as equivalent to class 12th qualification from an Indian board. And there is an conversion scale also for the Indian universities, which means if in any particular subject you are getting a grade of 7, which means its Indian equivalent marks are from 96 till 100. And these are some of the universities in India where the IB students in 2018 has taken admissions. Again, the universities under the Association of Indian Universities, University of Mumbai, University of Delhi, Asoka University, Poddar Word College, Christ Universities, OP Zindal Global University, University of Pune, and so on. So there are so many universities which now accept IB students. The IB develops students that top universities are looking for. Students with expert subject knowledge, with the skills good students require: research, essay writing, footnoting, but above all, with the spirit of intellectual inquiry and critical thinking, the ability to challenge, argue, and ask questions. The entire IB curriculum very strongly advocates the use of thinking skills and self-organization skills. From EE to TOK to internal assessment, in all subjects, reflection is very important evaluation parameter. So in the entire curriculum, you need to critically think on the process you are adopting, on the findings of your experiments, the modeling you are following. Similarly, with such a vast and rigorous curriculum, to manage everything on time, self-management skills becomes very important. You need to follow a deadline calendar and all your submissions will be strictly accepted according to that. With research skills, you go through hundreds of resources online, offline, and consolidate all your learnings in the form of essays or other research reports, which often have a cap on word count. Many of these assessments require a final excellent portrayal through fluent communication that is of collegiate level of excellence. As I had mentioned earlier, that self-management skill is very important as you will have many submissions to complete in these 2 years. To streamline the entire submission work and to give enough time to research and submit the work, school strictly follows a deadline calendar. Here, all submissions are listed and it is expected that students use time management, self-study, research and other skills to complete and submit on time to avoid any issues later. You had already seen that non-submission of any of these required components can be a reason of not getting the diploma at the end. Another very important thing is academic integrity. It is being honest and fair with yourself and others about your academic achievements and other accomplishments. Some types of academic dishonesty includes plagiarizing, cheating, misrepresentation, and obstruction. Plagiarizing is using someone else's work without properly attributing them credit for the work. Here in IB, maintaining academic integrity while earning your diploma represents your true academic accomplishment. Students with integrity will work hard to earn their diplomas degrees in a fair and honest way by putting in the hours to study and complete assignments. When a student intentionally cheats, this integrity is compromised, and the value of the degree and the morals of the individuals are diminished. This lack of credibility then follows you into the university or later and can impact your professional goals. After all, nobody wants a doctor who cheated to get his medical degree to perform a life or death surgery on them, or a bad engineer to build bridges. So remember, academic integrity becomes a part of our personality. Now at the end, to achieve all this, it is very important for the student to be regular in school and not to have learning gaps in the entire journey. For the same, we have an attendance agreement. It is necessary to have a minimum attendance of 90% over the period of 2 years in all online offline classes. Also, the child must be willing to put 12 to 15 hours per week outside school instructional hours in order to cope up with the requirements. All IB internal or external assessments, if missed, will be awarded 0 without any opportunity for a retest. Missed or incomplete school summatives or formatives are graded 0 except in some special or informed cases. So this is what IB is, and this is how IB will be done in our school. And it is clear that if we follow self-management and timely submissions, we will be successfully completing one of the most respected pre-university course called IBDP. Thank you so much.